to another exciting episode of
ZoeTv.
ZoeTv.
We love this time of the week.
It's our favorite time.
Oh, wait, I
What?
have to tell you. Okay, I was walking through Towers,
Okay.
and a lady stopped me, and she said, I've seen you on TV.
Ooh.
And I said, yeah. She goes, that makes my day. I've actually seen somebody on TV. So, hi, friend over at Towers.
There you go.
I know.
There you go.
People watch us.
Like a local celebrity.
I don't know why.
Big fish in a
They
little
do.
pond.
Mhm.
Now, this is a great time for us because we get to actually hang out for a half hour.
Yes.
And we get to inform and delight. Inform and delight. That's what I
all
like
we
to
do.
say it.
Yeah.
So we've got so much coming up, though, in the next week. When this airs, we are going to be in the thick of things for a lot of September is here.
Yes.
And activities and
Yes.
events, and it's hot, but the show must go on.
I know.
Castaway Cove is right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
I mean, like, right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
University graduation.
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner. University curriculum.
Right around the corner.
I mean, it's like bang, bang, bang.
It is.
So be ready out there because there's a lot of information coming for signing up for the walking teams or coming back in the fall. Just a lot compiling on you.
In fact, take a minute and get your calendar so you can mark it up.
Yeah. I love that.
I love that. Okay.
All right. So enough to be said because we've got a full show.
We do.
We've got two amazing guests
Yes.
that are going to explain all that they're going to do on this campus because it's going to be amazing.
It is.
So with that, I'm going to turn it over and we're going to meet our lovely, lovely guests.
Yes.
Susan Metz, I'm going to start with you because you're closest and you're the newest face on this campus.
I have been here 1 week today.
1 week today.
Yes.
This is perfect time
Yes.
to
yes.
get your face out there to our lovely residents.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to come back to you. And then Rick Norris, you're like a seasoned veteran who's making his triumphant return.
Yeah.
How many times do you get to return back to something that you loved?
Oh, that's a good
That's-
question. How many
I
times
think
is
it's
that?
rare.
Yeah.
I think it's rare that you left, you come back, and you hit the ground running because
Yep.
you know the brand and you know what you're doing. And so you two are sales.
Yes.
In marketing, it's sales. Work next door to each other, next to the fish tank.
Yes.
Love the fish
Spud.
tank.
I love Spud.
All right, so Susan, let's go back to you. Tell us about you. What got you here? You've been in the industry a long time.
I have been in the healthcare industry for quite some time. So started in senior living.
Okay.
So I started as a receptionist, went to marketing, then I became the executive director.
Wow. Here in Arizona?
Yes.
Or, okay. So have you been here your entire career?
No,
or-
I've been here about 16 years.
Okay. So where were you before that?
Very small town in New Mexico called Aztec, New Mexico.
Oh, wow.
Where's that near?
It's on the Colorado border, right across from like Durango.
Okay.
Oh,
Durango,
That's
yes.
beautiful.
that
up
had
there.
to be beautiful.
Yes. But I don't miss the snow.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been in this field a long time, though. You've seen all
All kinds
areas of the
things.
senior living space
Yes.
in terms of the highs and the lows and the.
Yes.
Okay. So what drew you to Glencroft?
Well, I spent the last year and a half taking care of my grandson,
Okay.
and he was ready for daycare. I wanted to stay in the same field,
Yeah.
and so I've never worked on the independent side, so
Okay.
I thought that would be a nice change of pace.
Very
It's always
cool.
been in the assisted and the memory care.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that's great experience to
That's
have,
right.
Yeah.
though.
to be able to cut your teeth on all that and have the skill set when you're doing tours and be able to explain CCRC as a whole, right? Like what that
Exactly.
opportunity provides. It's cool.
Because so many people don't know. I can speak from personal experience. When I was looking for my parents, I didn't know anything about it. So I moved them to 3 different places, depending on their, they were independent. And then my dad needed skilled and my mom needed memory care. And it's so nice to have one campus with all those on it. And
Absolutely.
it makes a difference. But people coming in need to understand that. Nobody explained it. They just went like, oh, don't worry about that,
Figure that out.
Mm-hmm. So that is great
Yes.
to bring to our campus.
Yes.
All right. We're coming back to you.
Okay.
Because I want to learn your hobbies. I always like to know, and residents love to know what you do for fun.
Yes.
Like when you let your hair down, Rick. What do you do for fun? Not yet. Look at that thing.
I know.
It's like a mane. It's like a.
You didn't have that when you were here before.
I
So
did
that's been
not.
2 years, or what is that?
It was August of 2020.
Oh,
when I had a fresh start.
So this was a COVID thing.
so
You did
this is
during
exactly
COVID?
2 years.
You know what it was? It was just, I'm going to not get a haircut and see what it looks like because my hair has always been short.
Okay.
And I decided to skip that month. The next month, my wife said, oh, I like the way your hair's going and you're not coloring it. So it's natural. And I said, what do you think? She says, let's see where it goes. And here we are almost 2 years later.
Okay.
And this is what it is.
Have you reached a point where you have it trimmed?
No.
This is still just going.
Oh, this is going now.
I like that.
What's the plan? Do you have a plan?
No,
Wait.
no.
There is no
You know
plan.
what?
Wait, do you have to have a hair
I have
No, I'm curious.
It's funny because I have a plan with so many things,
The
but I
hair-
have no plan with this one.
There's no plan.
We're just going to see where it goes.
Well, I like that you're not coloring it
No, no.
because I love gray hair on men.
no.
Well, I'll tell you, 2 years.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it takes a long time because my hair was, and when I think about it, Steve, my hair was probably your length.
Yeah, 2 years.
So that's short. And so it takes a while for it to grow out.
Well,
Right.
look what you can do in 2 years,
I
Steve.
can
And so-
completely do that.
So you see it in the ponytail. When I let it out,
Yeah.
coming out,
Oh,
you don't
man.
recognize
Is
me.
it all curly?
It's all curly, but
I
it's
love
out there.
that.
It's quite
Do
a bit
you
there.
do that often? Do you let your hair down? Weekends, let that thing go? Mm-hmm. You do? Love to see that.
I go to the gym, and the guy will say,
Ma'am?
you look
I mean,
familiar. I hear that. I hear that. I hear that sometimes from mine. I say, yeah, that's me.
That's me.
But it's fun. It's fun to be different.
yeah.
Yeah, I equate it to a Halloween when you dress up. You can be somebody you're not.
Okay.
Well, I'm forming something that this
Hey.
is not me. This is different. When my family saw me in November, I was in Florida visiting my mom, my siblings. My mom said, "What's that?" And I said, "I don't know, Mom. Just letting it grow." She says, "I'm not surprised. That's how you are."
Yeah.
And so, and I've got a brother that has hair a little bit longer, and he said, "No, I think yours is longer now. Now mine's longer." So it was fun to have with the
Yeah,
family. My
absolutely.
family's cool about it, and I don't really care what your opinion is because I never did ask for it.
There you
It's
go.
just, I'm who I am, but I'm
That's
having
right.
fun with it. In fact, I just walked across the street to Providence to see Sapphire. I know Sapphire. As soon as I walked in, she said, "Hey, Rick, love your ponytail." She says, "My dad has one too. Go for it." That's
There
how
you
I
go.
feel.
Well,
so you have fun with it.
that's good
what it is.
energy.
You have fun with it.
I
All right,
agree.
so let's
Yeah.
talk about you coming back. You said, it's rare that it happens, but
Yeah.
perspective, right? Did perspective for you change coming back and what you want to accomplish and what your goals are? Or?
I'll tell you real quickly that when I left in August of 2020, it was not a happy moment. But when you're in sales, you become thick-skinned. You move on. And so I had worked at 2 other retirement communities. And when I think about it, they weren't quite the same as Glencroft. Now, I was doing something a little different at Glencroft here. I was involved with Providence Place and Sarah's Place and really the assisted living area. So when I kind of was sitting around for the last couple of months deciding what to do next, I didn't feel like I had to go back to work, but let's just see what's out there. And I saw the position available for Glencroft. And I said, I'll send a resume in. I don't know if they still like me or not. And that's how I felt at the time. So when I sent it in, I remember it was a Wednesday. And then Thursday morning, Charlene called me and said, "Rick, can you come in?" And I said, "Sure." And she said, "How about Friday?" And I came over on Friday, and I was talking to her a couple of minutes. She said, "Can you start on Monday?" And I'm thinking, God, this is going so fast.
Yeah.
But things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm a guy that plans a lot. Did not plan this.
Right.
So I said, let's just go with it. And now it's been, back tomorrow will be 4 weeks.
Wow.
Time flies.
Yeah, it really
It
does.
feels good to come back to something that you know so much about. It feels good to come back to something that you were happy to be at before and still tried to figure out why you're no longer there. But now you're here. So let's make the best of it. So I'm hoping things really work out. They should work out. They always do. But it's fun to be back to something that you thought you'll never come back to. And here it is.
That's right.
Well, how
it's,
many of the residents have you recognized? Has it changed a lot, or do you
know
see
what?
a lot of familiar faces?
The other day, my first week, I'm over in court 5, walking around, and I hear a lady yell, "Is that you, Rick?" And I look behind me, and it was actually Bob and Bernice Faulkner,
Okay.
and I had moved them in back in 2018.
Wow.
They remembered my name,
It's cool.
and I remembered his name, but not her name. So there's times I'm running to people.
Sure.
They may not remember my name, and I don't either remember their name, but I remember their faces.
Right.
And so it is, oh, I forgot your name, sorry. And, oh, nice. Oh, so many folks, in fact, I ran into Hal and Nancy
Yes.
over in Court 7. And as I'm with another gentleman who lives there, Hal says, this guy here is a good Catholic man. He's an honest man. We're happy to have him back.
Oh,
Make you feel good.
Right.
how
I can tell ya,
endorsements big.
You know, so it's been fun. I'm enjoying it. I don't feel like I'm at work.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm at work. I
how
feel
many
like,
times have
you know,
No, that's kind of our mantra.
when
So,
we're
you
with
know.
the residents, we feel like we're home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just it's
They're
a
the
different
best.
experience. I have my wife works at a retirement community, works in the sales department, if you will, doing contracts, and sometimes I say, "How was your day, honey?" She'll say, "My God, it was insane." And I said, "Well, isn't that what I told you when you started working here would be insane?" She says, "Damn, I love it.
Yeah.
I love these older people. I love taking care of them, and I'm so connected with them that when one gets sick or passes on, I hurt for a while."
Yes.
And I said, I go through the same pain.
Yeah, that's the
so when
reality of
people
it.
have never worked in senior living, you can't tell them what it's like. They have to feel it, and we feel it every day. So it's a fun adventure, but it has its moments of sadness when someone moves on, and
yeah.
you know it's going to happen. You just don't know when.
Yep.
Yeah, but anyway.
All right, Susan. So let's go back to you.
Okay.
You hung your hat on assisted living, and all of that comes with the skilled and the licensed areas. Now, independent living, you got to kind of like that's kind of like the. I wouldn't say it's easy by any means, but you get to showcase so many of the amenities they can take advantage of, and all the
Exactly.
activities and all the stuff.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get an understanding of all that we offer here. And
And it's a lot. It's overwhelming. You know,
Yes.
there's a lot to offer out there that I still know very little about.
yeah, but you're working at it.
I'm working at it. Steve's really helping me out.
Yep.
He's introduced me to new people just about every day this past week. Do I always remember their name? Do I remember where their office is? No, but I will get there.
You will.
But
get
you
it.
are in the hub of the activity, so
Yeah.
you will get to
Yes.
Yeah.
And
A
I'm
lot
looking
of
forward
us-
to getting to know the residents.
know. Yes.
Well, you're doing it the right way. We've got to spend some time together in my office, and then in phase 2, I call it, where we
Yes.
get to go through all the performance center and the university and all the different spaces and talk and be able to talk about the reality of what changes we're making with our residents and the kind of the inspirational side of Glencroft, watching them work and do all that. And you got to see the VR in action and all of
That
that
was
comes with
very
that, and
interesting.
walk through each piece. And I mean,
Fun.
from your perspective, have you seen, and you too, Rick, because you've been over at these other properties in the last couple of years, are you seeing other properties adapt that lifestyle element to the level we are?
Not that I have seen. No, I have not.
Yeah,
No,
we think we're above it, but you never know. So it's always good perspective, right?
We think
place-
we're the best.
We do.
We're
You know,
pretty sure we are.
You know, I'll
We
tell
took
you,
a vote.
when you look at, I've been at other properties like us, rental,
Yeah.
and I was director of marketing, and so I had some more input into how things were being done. But I always went and visited other communities to do the comparisons. I never ever felt that where I left at Glencroft, I was finding something that was resembling that. So I agree, Kay. We are really quite unique.
We
The other
are.
part that I find that I've always felt this in visiting other properties, and I was working out in Surprise and working in Desert Ridge, I saw a lot of the communities in that surrounding area to do some comparisons. And every time I walked in, I'm big into fitness. Fitness is my life. I spend at the gym every day. And I want to know what everybody else is doing in senior living. And every place I walked into, a fitness place, they have a different name to it, different ring. It's always empty. I may occasionally find someone there on the treadmill or someone there on some other piece of equipment, but there was no one there to help them
Yes.
use the equipment. They either knew what they were doing or explored, but most of the time it was like, gosh, as if I fall or if I'm not sure of myself, and that was the feeling. So when I got here and saw what you're doing, and I knew a lot of what was
very
going on
nice.
beforehand, then I see Mark there. I see Arlene sitting over there with more eyes. I'm thinking, that's what people need.
Yes.
A support
Yep.
and a comfort, and they don't want to walk in scared, like if I do something wrong or am I doing what I'm supposed to? you're there. It's called hands-on.
Yes.
So if I'm a person living here, I can say, I just got to watch what hours are open, take advantage of the experts that are here, and have fun doing it.
Yes.
Because I'm really just trying to make my life in the future better.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Stay connected to something physical. It's real important.
Well, you hit
and
on something,
socialization, being
socialization.
together.
All of those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But you hit on an important fact, and the fact of staffing and making sure that the appropriate eyes are on the performance center and the pool and the university room. And that's a commitment from leadership to appropriate budget to where that doesn't go away, that we have eyes, because that was the goal from day one, that room and all those rooms are not an unsupervised, just, hey, we're open from this time to this time and have at it. It was such a different dynamic here of making sure safety first, but then that
camaraderie and help, and someone's there to make sure you're doing it right and better.
Right. That's right. And the fact that someone's waiting for you.
Right.
That's a big piece of the puzzle is our staff being there, and you have an appointment. We're calling. Where are you at? I didn't quite feel like it this morning. Well, what do you mean you don't feel like it? You still got time. Come over. We're waiting. We're going to come get you.
And to see the progress, because you guys keep very good track of where people are in the beginning and where they end up, and the ongoing learning. We're going into our 4th year of the Glencroft University and our 2nd graduating class, and man, it's the highlight of the year for us. It's so fun. And
well, I envy your position being sales because there's so much to sell on this campus, and the fact that they get access to it, 99% of it just added value for living in Glencroft.
That is
it's
the beautiful part.
I mean, you guys have such a treasure chest of tools to be able to pull out when having conversations with potential residents, and we always talk about, your best tool isn't our programs, but it's our people. We say it all the time, on tours. If I was in your show, I'd be like, I'm introducing them to everybody.
Yeah.
Because they all love everything about Glencroft. And they're your best spokesman.
In fact, I'll give you an example. For me is, here I was gone 2 years. When I came back, I know so many people. So I sit there and think about stability in terms of leadership and folks that were overseeing departments. No one left. And so when you have employees that are around every year, your residents are like saying, oh, I'm still seeing so-and-so. A lot of other communities, they're not a turnover just over in the sales department, which is a little different animal in itself. But all the other departments have someone different. And you can go all the way, in every area you look at, we have so many familiar faces. This is their home. They're seeing the same people over and over, makes them feel good.
Right.
And that's really important. So what we're providing naturally is, sure, residents can pick and choose where we live. You can pick and choose where you want to work, and people are not leaving here. So we're bringing something good to the table.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, we brought Susan in. That was a good decision. So tell us about you. What do you like to do when
What, in my spare time?
in your spare time? Well, you have a grandson, right? You said.
we spend a lot of time with. We'll have him for this whole weekend.
Okay. How old?
He'll be 2 in December.
Oh, wow.
He's a fiery little redhead with attitude.
Okay.
And he thinks he's a comedian.
And I bet he is.
He is. So he's the only grandchild we have that lives here.
Oh,
The other
okay.
2 are in Texas.
Okay. So
So
he gets lots of grandma and grandpa time.
yes, he does.
What's he call you at 2?
Nothing yet.
Oh, okay.
He's not really speaking a whole lot.
Okay.
So
Points?
he points a lot. Yes.
Yeah, they just have to go, and you go, oh, I know what that
Oh,
means.
yeah. And then just smiles at you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So my other 2, I have my granddaughter's going to be 17, and my grandson is 7.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And they're in Texas.
And they're in Texas.
So you have how many kids?
I have 2 children.
2 children. Okay. Wow.
Yes.
How fun to have a 17-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Yes.
Wow. So where did your kids go to school? Were you in Arizona when they were in high school?
No, Aztec, New Mexico.
Aztec, New Mexico. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right.
And did they leave when you left, or what?
No, my daughter went to college in Albuquerque.
Okay.
And my son went into the military.
Oh, okay.
So,
Everybody changed.
yes.
Okay. And so where are they in Texas?
Katy, Texas.
They're together. You're,
My son.
yeah.
Yeah. So his
Nice.
wife and kids. So And my daughter lives here.
Oh, your daughter lives here. It's like you
Very
said
cool.
that.
All right,
That's
so what does a
great.
weekend look like? What do you like? You cook? You like to cook?
My husband does most of the
Really?
cooking, but we do a lot of cooking together on the weekends. But
Okay.
when I get home from work, dinner's ready.
Isn't that the
Wow.
best?
Yes. I did all the cooking for years, and he's taken over now. But
Yep.
he also goes to work at 3 o'clock in the morning, and so he's home much earlier than I am.
Oh,
Wow,
what
what's he do? Yeah.
He works for Loomis.
Okay.
So,
Very cool.
3 in the morning.
All right.
I used to go to work. I had to be there at 4:30. I thought
Same with
that
me.
was like,
Yeah.
I
He has
thought
to be there at
4:30.
3.
We're in the same.
felt like you were in the middle of the night.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Very good.
So we see each other Saturday and Sunday.
yeah, oh, I bet that's true.
Kind of capacity.
But he has
tonight.
dinner for you. I love that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, that's good. All right, Rick. We know you love to work out.
What else?
What else? What do these residents not know about Rick Norris that would be
That
fun?
they could know.
They could know.
I'm originally from Maryland,
Nice.
born and raised there,
Okay.
and then went off to University of Delaware and played soccer for University of Delaware.
Oh.
People don't know that.
Okay.
They don't know. I've been involved in martial arts since I've been 16.
Wow,
Nice.
fun.
Done some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Taekwondo, and fought professionally for 12 years in Maryland.
Wow.
So there are a lot of things they don't know about that, but fitness has been important to me. I'm in really good health,
Yeah.
perfect health, I think. And so my wife and I are both the same. She's into yoga and Pilates,
Okay.
and I'm at the gym, either martial arts or working out as a routine.
Now let me stop you real
outside.
quick.
Yeah, I have a
can't stop
question.
thinking about this.
What?
Would the hair provide a resource in Taekwondo or a detriment?
No.
What would it be?
When I first started, there were guys that were growing their hair longer with tattoos, kind of that look. I was clean. My head was just about shaved.
Yeah.
Because if you have hair, they can use hair to
Well,
take
that's
it
why I
down.
said detriment.
Yeah. So has it been a problem or?
No, because I'm not competing.
Oh.
If you were
I'm not
competing, would you
competing.
cut it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't. I
you
don't.
couldn't risk it.
I can go back. In fact, I have some words, but I won't. But I only lost one fight in 64 fights. I was
Wow.
and I did quite well. And I don't like to lose in anything I do. So that was my inspiration. But it was just something that when in high school, I went to a private boys school in Baltimore, and I didn't always like to follow the rules in school. So the priest there would have me doing wrestling and boxing after school. And then I decided to take it further and get into martial arts. And they opened the doors up for me. And I got, at one time, was probably working out 4 hours a day. Going back in my 20s, if you will.
Sure.
It's a little different today because we like to hike. So my wife and I hike on Saturdays in the morning.
Where do you like to go?
Tom's Thumb's a good one.
Okay.
Because we live in Desert Ridge.
Oh, yeah.
And then on
Get the
Sunday
barbecue
mornings,
at the gas station on the way down.
we know that place. Yeah. Then on Sundays we ride our bikes at Reach 11,
Okay.
and so we're both big into staying in shape, staying healthy, and we have family. I've got a son here, and Victoria has 2 daughters, and they've got grandchildren and kids, and so family's here. My immediate family is back in Florida, which means that I don't see them very often. But the nice part about Facebook,
Yes.
nice part about
Sure.
Zoom and all those kinds of things. We've got a granddaughter that lives in Scotland, moved there a year ago to
wow.
further her education. So we're in touch with them. So these electronic stuff that you try to figure it
Yes.
out,
Yeah.
we love them because you still feel like you're watching everything you can.
Yeah.
And but for me, it's I'm blessed. I've really been blessed with what I've got today, and I have no qualms except thank you. I bless the guy upstairs for all that I've
absolutely.
got today. So thank you.
So
Yeah.
back to the fighting professionally for 12 years. What does that mean? Where do you compete? Where
It was
people watch you on TV? You get paid for it?
No, we're going back. If you go back, if you will, I started in 1976. You had to be 21 to compete,
Okay.
and we fought in a cage, like you see on TV, martial arts.
Yes.
And it was early. This was the early years of mixed martial arts. It was not legal. And
This is underground fight
This is
club.
it's called underground fighting, just like the movie
Wow.
I know
Underground
this.
Fighting.
Wow.
And the doctors that were there were from Johns Hopkins. And the people that were there were not the nicest people with money, big money. And
Wait, what do you mean the doctors? Like in case you got hurt?
you did get hurt.
Oh.
You got
Oh, when you got hurt?
you got hurt. Oh, you got
Okay.
hurt. My body got beat up. And they would just drag you out of the ring and patch you up and send you home. And you would get paid, at that time, anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000 after a fight.
Oh, wow.
And
So this was your income?
I worked at Social Security full time.
Oh, okay.
I worked there for 18 years.
And this was just for fun?
Nighttime. I was there from 7 p.m. till 11 p.m. I was in the gym for 2 hours. I would get maybe 4 hours of sleep and go to work. Did that for 12 years.
This is like a real fight club.
Well,
the next morning.
And
I knew a guy in Australia that did it, and he was big, but I thought
I was 185. My body was shaped differently.
Yeah.
Obviously, because I was younger, but all the money I made, every penny went into investing, to
Good.
real estate. I've done well for myself.
And you enjoyed it. Obviously, you wouldn't do it for
I loved it.
12 years.
I really stopped because at that time, because I remember 12 years later, so it was going back to my time, 88. My son was 4.
Oh, okay.
And I was coming home, and my son was saying, "Dad, why is your face
Yeah.
the way it looks?" My wife said to me, "You got to stop."
Yeah.
Didn't want to, but I had to.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
that's amazing stories. What they
Yeah.
want to hear more of Rick's fighting days.
Yeah.
Find him
Stop
in the
it.
petition.
Yeah.
But you two are down in the administration office.
Yeah.
Residents can approach you, ask you questions, find you, talk to
We
you.
hope they come and say hi
Bring
to us.
their
Yes.
friends to
Bring
move
their
in.
friends, bring
That's
their
it.
cookies,
Yeah.
do the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we thank you for being here.
Yes,
Time
thank
you for having us.
you.
You guys both are amazing. You're going to be a good team, and you know it's what we need on this campus is advocates for not selling apartments, but everything that comes with it.
Selling a great
Selling
life.
a life. That's what it's all
Yeah.
We
about.
want to be here. I think it's the key.
Yes.
You want to
Yep.
be here.
That is the
Change
key.
other people's lives
Yeah.
is what
Yep.
you're trying to do.
Very cool. Well, appreciate your
Thank
time.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome.